What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel in this here Chevrolet Silverado. Let's get it. Ooh, it is a little chilly out here. Anyways, we are back talking about the Silverado, and today we're going to be going over the transmission, which in this truck is the 6-speed 6L80. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this 2021 custom Trail Boss is the last Silverado they're offering with a 6-speed. They moved on to the 8-speed and 10-speed after that. I don't know if you can get a 6-speed still. Take a look online. But this is one of the last 6 speeds put in these trucks, and the 6L80 is a pretty notorious transmission along with the 4-speed 4L60. So 6L80, ask around. Some people say it's great, some people say they are garbage, and they do offer a little reason for concern, if you would. They have notoriously destructive torque converters. So if the torque converter in the 6L80 goes out, it pretty much just grenades the entire transmission, and instead of replacing the torque converter, you have to get a whole new transmission in the truck, which is not cheap. So we're jumping inside the truck here real quick. I want to show you all that truck has 40,728 miles on it, and I just got the transmission service. That's what spurred this video. The severe duty recommendation on this truck is 45, so a little bit early, and I think standard's about 60, but I take care of my things, and I wanted this truck to get done earlier rather than later. Additionally, if you follow the channel, you know that this truck, if I take it up long, steep off-road hills, the transmission, I'll put a clip in, 200, God, I can't even hold the camera straight, 252 on the transmission. Can get up to 240, 250. I additionally installed the superior transmission thermostat delete kit on this, so there's no more 192 degree thermostat on it to try and get the transmission to run cool. But it has gotten hot, and it does have the bypass in it if you've been following the channel. Anyways, with it getting up to 250 degrees a handful of times, as well as the transmission fluid loss from putting that thermostat in, once again, there is no dipstick on this, which I think is crazy. I wanted to get it serviced, and let's go ahead and take a look at that paper. So having a look here, they put a lube guard additive in it, $17. Filter was $31. Mobile 1, 5 quarts, gallons, I don't know, I would say quarts, $11.20 and $260 of labor. But take a look here, service transmission fluid looked okay. It was a little bit of converter dust. Checked transfer case fluid in both differentials, all were clean and clear. So with that said, yes, I did ask them to do the differentials and transfer case. So they said it was clear, didn't do anything to it, just preliminary. With that said, finding converter dust in the fluid is normal, but moderately concerning. With the fact that this transmission has gotten up to 240, 250 degrees, and there's dust, probably a product of that, it's not reassuring for the truck. Obviously, I like this truck to run for 200, 250,000 miles. And this transmission, there's been a couple questionable shifts that it's done. The temperature, I'm a little concerned, to be honest. And one thing I want to address, this is going to be super hard to get on camera, but this truck, let's see if I can get it to focus. So we see down on the very bottom, if I can get a finger in there, that is the radiator. That is the air conditioning, and then above it there is a transmission cooler, and a pretty sizable one at that. So it's, I don't know, probably about 20 degrees out right now. This truck running on the highway in 20 degree weather, the transmission fluid will not go above 120 degrees. If it's colder than that, there's been times I've been on the highway for an hour and the transmission stays at like 100, which isn't great for efficiency, but it's good for a temperature standpoint. Honestly, it might even be a little bit cold. Hopefully that's not making any issues. But in the summertime, when it's 60, 70, 80 degrees out, this transmission runs at 150 all day, all night on the highway, and that is very good for longevity. The big problem is that torque converter. So excess heat created by the torque converter in off-road situations, which seems to be related to steep inclines, because I unfortunately did not film it, but I took this truck on fins and things last weekend, which is, slow 4-low kind of rock crawly stuff. and the transmission sat at 145 the whole time. The shop I took it to, I was adamant about them doing a drain and fill on the transmission as well instead of a power flush. The dealership down here is a bunch of clowns, and I didn't trust them with it. I got a couple quotes from a couple shops. One was like $1,500 to do it. One was $1,000, as you saw in that one. I think it was about $400 or something. He said all they do is drain and fill. That's their standard. If I wanted it done numerous times to get all the fluid out, they would do it, but I was fine with just the once. And even though this is a 40,000 mile transmission, there is a controversy about power flushes and drain and fills. I will always drain and fill my transmissions, even if they're new. Power flush, there could be some crap lodged in there that's making the transmission run, especially on older transmissions. Say you had one with 100,000 miles and you power flush it, you're probably going to run into some issues. So drain and fill only for this truck for its entire lifetime, and that's what was done on it. Anyways, I just want to give you all that update that at 40,000 miles, I got the transmission serviced on the 6L80 in my 2021 Chevy Silverado Custom Trail Boss. It has the thermostat bypass on it, and they found converter dust in the fluid. Moderately concerning if they're like, hey, there's shavings, like this fluid is super burnt, I'd be concerned, but the fact that we got 250 degrees, he didn't say the fluid was black, is reassuring. Converter dust standard, moderately reassuring. Only time will tell, but I have done everything preventative I could on this truck to keep it running as long as possible with AFM delete, the thermostat delete on the transmission, and take care of it. So we're gonna see how many miles we can get out of this old girl. She's only at 40 right now, but hopefully in 160,000 miles, she's still cruising. Anyways, that's all I got for y'all. Peep. Ooh, yeah. Anyway, that's all I got for you. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about the truck or the 6L80, let me know down below, and we're gonna see how she does over her lifetime. I'll probably get it serviced again at 80,000 and just do every 40,000 on the transmission, and yeah, we're good to go. So a quick little recap as we cruise out of here. 1, it was serviced at 40,000 miles. 2, it's a 6L80. 3, I'm moderately concerned about it. 4, it was only about $400 to get the transmission service. Let me know what y'all find near you. I mean, as we can see there, 124 degrees on the transmission, and 5, 6, I don't know, I lost count. Drain and fill on the truck. No power flush, never will get power flushed. All the trucks that I've had transmission serviced on has always only been a drain and fill. And as I touched on, some shops, you know, for instance, if there's 10 quarts in it, this is just random numbers, if there's 10 quarts in it, you probably get about 4 to 5 out and 4 to 5 of new fluid in. There are shops that will do that, reseal it, fill it back up, and then drain it again, or at least put the pan back on just so you get as much new fluid as possible. But that's the wrap up on the 40,000 mile transmission service on my 2021 Chevrolet Silverado with the 6L80. Be blessed.